Bitcoin looks ready to explode, but are the signs we're seeing inside the chart right now showing us weakness or strength? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and why I believe what we're seeing in the chart right now is going to be critical for the next few weeks and months here for Bitcoin concerning the price action and the strength or weakness of the trend. And as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right. So we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and observations on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, here we are on the weekly time frame on the BLX index, which combines data from many Bitcoin exchanges into one. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner. Tofu if you're vegan. We did, in fact, get our weekly close yesterday evening. Now, this candle formation we've seen painted here is something of significance, in my opinion. As you all know, if you are subscribed here, in my opinion, we are traveling within a tentative rising wedge, and per classical technical analysis theory, rising wedges are bearish patterns. Now, what's concerning for me is that we've had relief rallies all along the way, right? Let's travel back in time here and re-experience what we saw here. 1, capitulation from 6K. 2, followed up by a reaction rally. Huge candle to the upside. Let's actually take our price range tool, look at the size of this rally. It peaked at about 36% to the upside, ladies and gentlemen. Heinous, ludicrous, and a borderline debacle if you do in fact ask me. Now, what we got after that was a flush breakdown, deep down into the crypto abyss, for tentatively just about the same amount of loss as we got to the upside. It was more, in fact, about a 20% loss. And now we appear again, once again, to be floating back to the upside. But what I want to point out here, ladies and gentlemen, is that these reaction rallies come and go inside bear markets. It's just how these things work. Even if you travel back here, right? What did we get? Capitulation, boom, reaction rally, short-lived, boom, and doom. Here we are again. After this rally down, we get a reaction rally up, boom, short-lived. Reaction rally up, short-lived, boom. Then we float sideways and get the candlesticks of doom deep down into the crypto abyss. Now, if we travel back here, we see a leg down, reaction rally, failure. Now this appears to be reaction rally again, and we are coming up not only to a rising wedge into a doji after several weeks of upward momentum, but we are now coming up upon my red box of resistance here. We have still not stuck in a higher high, right? We are still traveling on a lower high trajectory. We are in what appears to be, in my opinion, a bearish rising wedge pattern. And if you are looking at the volume here, we have had a volume divergence here over the past several weeks as well. Let's see if this looks better on the daily. We'll go back to the weekly here. You could see it. All right. So we're traveling on a downward volume trajectory while the price is rising. This is a volume divergence, ladies and gentlemen. It is not indicative of a trend continuation, in my opinion. when you see that the volume is falling, aka that the interest is falling, there's not as many trades happening at this level, and we're seeing resistance, no higher high, a doji come in at this point. And just in case we're not all on the same page here, the reason that dojis are such a nice looking reversal candle is because, unlike these candles which were building momentum, I mean, except this one's an anomaly, we'll discredit that, it was a bot manipulation crazy, right? So with these candles here, we see that the wicks are to the upside, nice candle body closes, creating new highs, one above the other. And now we have an entire week of data here where this was an indecisive period of trading. The bulls could not push higher, the bears could not pull lower, and it stops in its tracks right there. And it is quite evident to me that this is no coincidence. We are seeing this right along our lower high trajectory and our red box of resistance, where the macro trend has not been able to get above yet in this trend. Now, does this mean that it cannot have another crazy candle and burst through there? Absolutely not. Anything is possible. But what I'm seeing here from the technical analysis perspective is that we are coming up on a staunch resistance point right here, and it is showing me, it's showing Don Carbonaccio, that this trend may be ready for its next plunge deep down into the crypto abyss. And now I'd like to look at this a little bit further on the 4-hour time frame and the daily to get an eye on the prize, as I am a full-time trader and I'm looking for opportunity in this market. And I want to dive into what I'm seeing here for my potential trade setups and plays. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. Sheesh. Ladies and gentlemen, if we do go into the daily here, what we can see is that we are traveling distinctly sideways now. It has been really an entire week of sideways action, and that is what we saw exemplified by the doji candle. Complete and utter indecision. That is the correct way to say it. And the indecision is coming because we have not been able to get above these levels in the past, right? So why would the bulls speculate at this point that it should go higher if the past 3 times we've tried it, we have not been able to get higher? So that is the psychological reason why we're seeing this indecision here. The volume is diverging, etc., etc. And for me right now, the 4-hour time frame is so coiled up in this little range. We've finally broken it. Wow, as the time of recording this stream right now, we finally did break it. But we had been traveling in this range here of less than 1% for days and days and days up to this point now. For me, I have this green line of support, a green box of support here, which ranges from about 39.20 all the way up to 39.40. It appears that we did test this box just now as I started this stream, and we are finding support at it. It's insane how this works, ladies and gentlemen. Look, if we zoom in very close here, look at that wick, ladies and gentlemen. It's unbelievable how pinpoint accurate this box is that I have here. And this is technical analysis, right? It's just past price action showing how these trends respect prior price action, and getting a read on what happens here can help indicate the trend's further movements. For me, guys, as long as we do not purge through this box, Bitcoin can still have a bullish thesis behind it. What would need to happen from a bullish perspective? What would need to happen, in my opinion, is we'd need to bounce off this box here, get back into this box up here, bounce around, and break through here and consolidate. If Bitcoin comes up to this line, gets rejected, and cannot break back in here, we're going to have problems, in my opinion. If Bitcoin breaks up into this box and drops back down out of it to retest the green here again, I believe we're going to have some problems. Even if it tests all the way up to the red here and gets rejected back down, I believe we're going to have some problems. For me, it has not been looking bullish in this range. It has looked more so like the bulls have been defeated here, and this last green box of hope is all that I believe the bulls have right now to rely on. As we all know, we have been respecting this upward sloping trend line here, but if that is broken, ladies and gentlemen, hasta la vista, baby. I believe that this thing might be screaming Mayday, because this may be, in fact, the one that breaks the camel's back. Let's get this crypto. As I see the confirmations roll in here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get incredibly aggressive with my trades. I don't know if you see it, but I know I do, and that is that potentially life-changing trading opportunity is looming on the horizon here. We see we are at the breaking point, the boiling point on the intraday time frames. If we go back to the weekly time frame, we can see, ladies and gentlemen, that this trend appears to me to have come to ultimate fruition. Are we going to see this rising wedge break to the downside for a deep dive down into the crypto abyss? Or are we going to see it defy all the odds, break that resistance, create that higher high, and take us on a moonshot? I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I know that I'm ready to get this crypto right now, and I will be keeping my VIPs up to date in absolute real time with every single trade I make, every entry, every exit, every target, every take profit, etc., exclusively for you in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs. It's time to step up into the big leagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP. And I've been getting some questions lately, ladies and gentlemen, about this pennant that we're in right now and why I'm considering it a bear flag more than an ascending triangle pattern that's bullish, right? And just to point this out for everybody here, this is the pattern I'm talking about, a flat line of resistance along the top with a upward sloping support line along the bottom, creating an ascending triangle pattern formation, which per classical technical analysis theory is a bullish continuation pattern, right? That is the word to keep in mind here. It's a bullish continuation pattern. This is not a bullish uptrend that we are in, right? If this was an uptrend with a ascending triangle, I would say, look, it looks like a bull flag to me, guys, and we could be looking for a break to the upside. For me, that pattern is invalidated because we are in a downward market, right? So the continuation for me appears to be a pennant formation, aka a bear flag, that is looking for a tentative break to the downside after being unable to breach resistance for a long sustained period of time. Could that change? Absolutely. But as it stands right now, I'm seeing too many indications here in the chart, the confluence of the rising wedge, the bearish volume going against the rising price action, a clear divergence, every reaction rally within this micro pattern here being absolutely a failure, etc., etc. To me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still leaning bearish at this time. I see that if a move is going to occur, let's actually go over to this chart where I have my targets lined out. For me, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at these ranges here. And for me, obviously, we have our 3,000, which was hit anywhere between here, between 3,000 and 2,200 would be fair game for me to see any type of consolidation. And I believe that that is, if we break to the downside, a likely area of consolidation after a bear flag breakdown. Guys, you see the percentages here of if we were to break down to my tentative target area. We're talking over 40% from where it currently stands. There is going to be an incredible amount of trading opportunity to the downside if it does in fact break down that far. Of course, once again, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and observations on the market. I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. But for myself, personally, I'm identifying in the trend right now that if we do in fact break down, my target areas are very, very far off from where we currently stand in the trend right now, and that is screaming potentially life-changing opportunity for me. And guys, I will be keeping you updated in VIP with my trades the second I make them, the second that I create my setups, formulate my plans, and plot my strategy. All exclusive for you in VIP. Shout out to my VIPs. I'm going to continue to crush this market. I'm going to continue to get this crypto. And I'm going to continue to do backstroke and laps through the pool of Moonboy tears as Moonboy Montgomery and the Huddle Train homies keep howling at the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, ooh. I hear it in the wind, ladies and gentlemen. Moonboy cries, tunneling down an alleyway into Don Carbonaccio's earwaves. And I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, many will get caught like a deer in the headlights. Many will be taking that trip to Wrecked City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. But it does not have to be you. If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. And Don Carbonaccio does not plan to fail. Don Carbonaccio plans to succeed. It's time to step up to the big leagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. Are you going to be the one to crush this market, or are you going to let this market crush you? Sheesh. The choice is yours. The game is in your hands. I will be keeping you up to date with my trades in real time in VIP, ladies and gentlemen. Every entry, every exit, every target, every setup, every strategy, etc., exclusively for you, up to the exact second in VIP. Shout out to my VIPs, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all in VIP. And guys, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up. Smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. The large move is looming, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. I see more weakness than strength here. If we go back to the BLX one last time, what I'm seeing right now is a confluence of bearish indicators on the weekly time frame, followed up by a micro time frame equilibrium that is looking poised and ready to break down or up. I mean, I'm leaning more so towards down on a macro level. Of course, anything can happen on the very small time frames, but macro to me, ladies and gentlemen, Don Carbonaccio is still leaning bearish, and as I've shown before, the absolute opportunity to the downside right now, ladies and gentlemen, is looking incredibly juicy, and I am ready to seize upon potentially life-changing opportunity if it does in fact present itself. And I will be keeping you updated with my trades for those opportunities if I see them arise in VIP as I take my trades, make my entries, take my profits, etc., etc. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in VIP. And until next time, my friends, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.